But there's still more to talk about, because I think one of the big themes that comes up with these guys is this idea of like exit.
Yes.
Of like wanting to leave the world. You hear it even from people like Elon Musk, like, oh, let's go to Mars, let's do this. We can just like, even fucking Sam Jailman Jail.
There you go.
And Gabriel Jailman Jail, brother of Sam Jailman Jail. Their idea of just like, oh, we got to make the bunker. We got to basically leave society.
Leave society, yeah.
And that seems to be like a dream that kind of like all of these freaks share.
Yeah.
This idea that you can just like, oh, you just start over, go somewhere else, start over, right? Which is like, and with it, leave all responsibility behind.
Yeah.
Whether that's of sort of like dream of starting a new society or literally of like not having any kind of shared responsibility to society, it's all fucking baby brained. I'm sorry, it's so fucking childish. And what it to me, it feels like all of these kind of people think that they can just sort of bend reality to their will.
Yeah.
And they can't.
Yeah, it's interesting, the issue of like sovereignty, right? And like, I mean, a lot of it too is kind of just a sort of slightly different version of Atlas Shrugged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the idea that like we
Which
can
I've
all
never
just,
read.
I never read it either, but I get the point. It's like I listen. There's only so many hours you have in this world, right?
I like good writers.
Yeah, but this idea that like if you like you can exit and leave, and so there's this sort of like thinking that like maybe my talent is so great that it needs to be unbound from the confines of the law and of my current geographic coordinates, right? And that I need to start a new society out there. But the problem with these people don't understand is that you can't actually do that. This is the reason. So, I mean, what we have here are like projects that are essentially devoted to land steading, right? The previous ideas about seasteading was that you could create a new country really outside of the any nation's borders. And you could create your own laws from scratch, right? There's nobody to interfere with that. The problem with something like Prospera is like you're in someone else's country right now, and there are laws there. And even if, whatever, you technically follow the letter of the law, at the end of the day, sovereignty, it comes from a gun, right? And it comes from who has the most guns and the most will to use it. And I'm not, obviously they're not getting an armed standoff, Bundy Ranch style with the Honduran government here. But you can have all of these sort of like highfalutin ideas about what the sovereignty is, and you can make sort of arty videos to appeal to 24-year-old autofiction fans in the lower side of New York. But when the rubber meets the road, there are it's not how it works. It's a science fiction fantasy.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein.